Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Lenten devotional. Tonight is February the 24th, and my name is Reverend Sam Jones, and I'm the associate pastor here at Maples Church. This evening, we're going to be looking at the 49th Psalm, so if you would like to pause this video now and read Psalm 49 and then hit play when you're ready, please feel free to do that now. For many centuries, power has often been concentrated into the hands of dictators and tyrants, oligarchs, monarchs, and a variety of autocratic leaders. This is just as true today as it was some 3,000 years ago when the Psalms were first recorded. In fact, it is estimated today that nearly 1/4 of all sovereign nations are governed by one form of autocracy or another. Yet the psalmist here is describing why God's people should fear no person. And it doesn't matter what socioeconomic category you may find yourself in, because the audience for this psalm includes not only average people, it also includes those who are oppressed. In other words, it includes all people, capital A-L-L, people. The psalmist is giving us all a powerful reminder that the things of this world will turn to dust. We must not give way to fear of evil and wicked people. The time is coming when Christ will prove to the world that God's kingdom will never perish. The time is coming when the full majesty of God through Jesus Christ will be realized by all people. And yes, the time is coming when Christ's death and resurrection will display the ultimate threat to the power of tyrants and dictators. So friends, knowing this, I ask, whom shall you fear? Let us pray. Lord, thank you for speaking to me when I am afraid. Although I sometimes find myself afraid of the things of this world, I know your love will never perish. God, give me the courage to accept your love for me. Amen. Thank you all for joining us this evening.
Hey, welcome to Maples Connect tonight, guys. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday night. We're really glad to have you here. You just heard a wonderful devotion from Sam. Sam, that was a great job. Great job in your writing, great job in the presentation. I really enjoyed that. Anything else you want to add to it?
No, but I just want to thank you I want to thank everybody that's that's done these. It's not just me. It's not just Stephen. It's various voices within the church, staff. We got some youth that are doing it. So it's a long way till Lent. So every night is going to kind of be a surprise. So tonight wasn't much of a surprise since it was me. But I do appreciate your kind words. And don't worry, we'll have those Lenten devotionals for you this Sunday. So you can pick one up as well. We would have had them last week, but I understand we had a little weather situation of some kind. Stephen, did we survive?
Everything's fine here at the church. No busted pipes. Everything's good.
Good.
And we're really excited to give us the opportunity to, and that is just an incredible ministry. It's been incredible throughout all of the COVID and all of that. But we forget that one of the great resources for us is we never have to cancel church ever again. We can make it happen from many locations. Unless we lose internet connectivity, we will worship.
That's right. Now all that's left is for these gigantic piles of snow that are left in front of Piggly Wiggly to melt.
What's the over and under on the Piggly Wiggly piles?
I'm thinking by tomorrow afternoon they'll be gone, but they were almost 10 feet high, I think, at one point. So, wow, it's monsters. We are all so glad that you're here, and I would like to, Stephen, would you open us with prayer so we can get started?
Well, God, we come to you right now. We just thank you for your rich blessings on us in this season of Lent. Take us on this pilgrimage journey through the desert, through deep self-examination, and help us to find our way to your heart. In your holy name we pray.
Amen. Hey guys, I wanted to start out tonight with a couple of very big thank yous. I love episodes when we can do thank yous. The first thank you is on behalf of the Maples Men's Club. I want to thank you for the outstanding participation we had, and it came in two parts, so I want to break them down individually. The first was the Friendship Steak Dinner, which is normally part of our Friendship Banquet. We did it takeout this year. Because of your faithfulness, you purchased over 115 steak dinners. And I want to say this to the men's club members that were out cooking it. My steak fillet was phenomenal. Stephen, how was yours?
Mine was great. I was in an audience of one. If you look at the list of all the orders, I was the only rare steak, and it was extremely well cooked. Perfect for me. Loved it. Fantastic. My children eat steak well. We're a steak eating family, and gosh, they loved it too. Did not have a speck left over for any dog, cat, or other hanger-oner.
It was absolutely wonderful, and it went very smoothly. Folks drove around the roundabout, like we said. They handed me their payment. I handed them their dinners. It was a little chilly out there that night, but I'm so glad that we did it. So I want to thank y'all for ordering those and enjoying those. The second thank you has to do with the virtual dessert auction. Now, I understand that got a little dicey there as the streets were starting to ice over that one Sunday, but and I just want to thank you for your understanding with that. We had to we kind of had to halt the auction before the roads became hazardous for everybody. However, the desserts were here and they were all sold. And for the grand total, actually it's not a grand total because this is still a running total. Stephen, you want to make any guesses as to how much profit this has made for our scholarship fund? Any guesses?
No, don't have one.
Don't want to have any guesses?
I'd be shooting in the dark.
Well, we wouldn't want that.
I think it's probably pretty good though.
Right now, our current running total is $6,095.10.
That's great.
That
Every dime of that goes to scholarships.
Every bit of it goes to scholarships. This year, I think we have 8 seniors in our youth group that we hope will apply for some of this money. It is just a wonderful thing. We had no idea, Stephen, going into this Friendship Banquet virtual dessert auction, how this was all going to work. It's just something new, just like all of 2020 and part of 2021 has been, and it has been a success. So as your associate pastor and on behalf of our lead pastor here, we just want to thank y'all for your wonderful faithfulness in supporting that ministry. It does my heart good, and the men's club thanks you as well.
Sam, why don't you go over for everybody what are the requirements for scholarships?
Yes. Okay. So, and that's going to be next. Seniors, y'all will be getting a letter here, hopefully in the next few weeks. The idea behind the scholarship is you have to be or have been an active member of the church, pretty much since your confirmation, if you went through that. But you either are involved in youth ministry or in youth worship arts ministry, if you sing in the choir, if you've done anything that you've done here in our youth group. And even going back, a lot of the kids this year, I know they stretch back way into children's ministry. I remember them from children's ministry, and they've grown up in the church. So an active member, the more active you've been, the scholarship committee will take that into consideration. And even though a scholarship, and believe me, I know a thing or two about scholarships, a little here and a little there helps in every bit, because college is an expense that's outrageous. So that's really that's the main thing. And you also will have to write an essay detailing your faith journey here at Maples and how you've been involved and things like that. And the more information you can provide, the easier the Maples Men's Club Scholarship Committee are going to have.
And so this was founded by Leroy Turpin.
Leon
Correct.
Turpin, yes.
Leon Turpin years ago to encourage participation. And you're talking about going back to children and junior high, but primarily the scholarship committee is going to look at your involvement in your 4 years in high school.
Right.
Is that correct? Primarily going to focus on how involved were you with church and youth ministries during those 4 years.
Exactly. Seniors, again,
correct?
the scholarship letters will be coming out soon. If you haven't heard from us in a few weeks, give us a call and we'll check on that for you. I'd love to get you an application for that. So, Stephen, let's move on with our announcements. We've got some big news starting this Sunday, don't we?
Yeah. Sunday school is back. The leadership team met Sunday via Zoom, and Sunday school is now back for all ages. We will return to the same protocols that we had before we paused. There will be temperature checks. We will ask you to sit in. If you're doing Sunday school in the sanctuary, we're going to ask you to please choose a seat, and that will be your seat for the day. Please don't move around in the sanctuary. Once you have established your area, please make that your area for the day. We will only have 2 doors open. The first door is the main entry door for the sanctuary, and there you'll be temperature checked, and then you'll be allowed to go to your Sunday school room. Then if you have ambulatory issues, if you need to be closer than what you would be coming up the hill there into the front sanctuary, the door at the YMCA entrance will also be open. And we ask you to reserve those parking places for those that have ambulatory issues, have difficulty getting around. And we will be checking temps there as well. And you can go and proceed to your Sunday school class from there. Youth, children, and adults all recommence this Sunday. As a matter of fact, the leadership team voted to make a blanket decision that the staff on case-by-case basis can make determinations about usage as long as we are following protocols. And so we are back open for full occupancy. If you've got a group that needs to meet here, let us know and we'll work around to make that available for you. We do have our protocols. The biggest one we need to encourage you to do is to not congregate. One of the things that made us have some concern about Sunday school when we paused, of course, the numbers were exceedingly high for COVID, but was our, how can I say this, Sam? Our gregariousness, our tendency to want to congregate together, love on each other, hug on each other, and chat. Yes. And so we're just going to ask you, please. I know they're wonderful people. You haven't seen them in a while, but we're going to ask you to please to not congregate. That when you come in the building, get temperature checked, and then head off to your Sunday school class. Anytime that we have congestion of flow where people are backing up and there's a lot of people in one area, those are the opportunities for transmission. Yep. And so we're just going to ask you to be very kind of businesslike about this. Of come in, get your temperature checked, and then move back on to where you're supposed to be for Sunday school. And then you can chat and talk in Sunday school all you want, as long as you keep the mask on and try to maintain about 6 foot social distancing. For those of you in the sanctuary, that's no problem. In our smaller classrooms, we need to be attentive to detail of those type of things. So yeah, that's what's happening. Awesome. We're really excited. Very excited to see all you back. Sam, where do people go?
Okay, so that is right. That's going to be that's a big issue. But check your emails if you haven't already, because there should be some instruction there. But I'm going to go ahead and give you where you're going right now. So if you got a pen and paper handy, I'll give you a second. You can actually pause this video now to go get a pen and paper. Unless you're watching it live, then I don't recommend you doing that. If you got a pen and paper, here we go.
Or they can rewind it. Watch the video.
Well, that's true. I think there's a 15-second rewind on there. Well, as much as I've been jabbering on now, most everybody's probably got their pen and pad now. So that's the use of small talk. If you are in the, look, I'll tell you what, let's start with the teeny tiniest people and we'll work our way up to adults. If you are, or if you have, infants and toddlers that are under the age of 3, you will go to the nursery station. Now, remember what Stephen said. You are all going to come in the main sanctuary entrance. Again, this is at the Sunday school hour, right? If you're already in the building, then just go to the nursery station. And that's for infants and toddlers. Kids that are ages 3 through first grade, you're going to be in room 131. There are signs out. Actually, matter of fact, I just put new signs out yesterday showing where you need to go. But room 131, ages 3 through first grade. 131. If you are in grades 2, 3, and 4, you're going to be in room number 141. Okay, again, that's grades 2nd through 4th. You're going to be in room 141. If you are in the 5th and 6th grade group, you're going to meet in room 161. And by the way, none of these rooms are new. This is basically the way we did it before the shutdown in December. I'm just reminding everybody. So 5th and 6th grade, you'll be in room 161. 7th through 12th, this is our youth group, our upper, middle, and high school youth. You're going to be meeting in room 181. 181, which is the youth room down by the kitchen area. Again, there will be signs on the door as well. So that takes care of the youth. Now let's go into adults. If you are a member of the Agape class, which is taught by the wonderful and talented Kevin Doddridge, you will be in room 118A. 118 is a big room. It's the one I'm actually in right now, but it partitions. So one side, and that's the sink side, and the refrigerator side, that's going to be the Agape class, 118A. If you are in the Joy Seekers class, which is taught by the wonderful, amazing, and super Dave Kirchhoff, you will be in 118B. You'll be on the adjacent side of the Agape class. Again, there will be a sign on your door as well. If you are in my class, the Friendship class, we are continuing to meet in room 120, the way we were before all this went down. So Friendship class, room 120. And Stephen, talk about our Wesleyan class and our outreach class while I catch my breath.
Okay. Wesleyan and outreach meet in the sanctuary, and we ask that the Wesleyan class enter through the doors at the YMCA and sit in what we would call section 3, which is if you're looking at the sanctuary from the altar area, it would be the 1, 2, 3rd section over. And so we're going to ask those folks to come in through there and be seated in that section. We're going to ask the outreach class to enter through the door facing Goodman Road, right next to where Joey always parks, if that helps you, and enter that way, and then have a seat in section 2. For these 2 Sunday school classes, we are asking you to please pick a seat and make that your seat for the day. If you're going to stay for 11 o'clock worship, then we'd encourage you to stay in that seat. If you need to get up and go to the restroom, that's great. Leave your purse, leave your coat, do something, mark your territory, but stay in the same place. It helps us to cut down on transmission issues.
Yeah.
And lastly, if you are vaccinated and have received your second vaccine, and you feel like you're comfortable coming out, even at the different risk levels you are at, man, we're going to be glad to see you. But again, if you feel like you cannot come out right now for Sunday school, if you feel like you're not safe being in the building or in Sunday school in the building, then my encouragement to you is to plug into Sam's Sunday school class. All you got to do is email Sam at sam@mapleschurch.org, and he will send you a Zoom link, and you will get a lot out of that time. They are. I heard that you wept openly in Sunday school Sunday, and so
yeah, I got a little choked up.
Yeah, that's good stuff, though. I mean, that's when you're being vulnerable, opening your heart up. If those things are happening, there's something powerful happening in that Sunday school setting. If we're just transmitting knowledge, that's okay. But, when you're having an encounter with Christ, with the resurrected Lord, that's even better. So my encouragement to you, if you're listening to this and you're not in a Sunday school class, my encouragement to you is to plug into Sam's. It's people of all ages and all backgrounds.
Multi-generational. Yep.
All education levels. It's wide open. And so my encouragement to you is to plug into that one. Sam's one of the finest teachers you'll see. He's been doing it for a long time. He knows what he's doing. So plug in there, and I think you'll get blessed.
Let me once again reiterate, though, everybody that's coming to Sunday school first does need to come in through the main sanctuary entrance to get temperature screened.
Unless you're in the Wesleyan class.
Which comes in through the YMCA. Okay, just wanted to make sure we had that going. Okay.
And if you're in the outreach class, I said to enter into the Goodman Road exit, but the leadership team has asked us now for you to enter into the main sanctuary instead of the Goodman Road exit. Right.
Again, all this is in the email that went out on Tuesday, so make sure you check that as well. And if you're not getting those emails, please let me know. Again, email me, sam@mapleschurch.org, or Jane at mapleschurch.org, or Stephen at mapleschurch.org. Somebody's going to put you on that email list. So, again, well, that's the Sunday school business. I'm excited to see folks here this week. We're still under some protocols, but if we just to kind of amplify what Stephen said earlier, if we want to keep the numbers down, we're going to continue to do our part here. So we just thank you again for your faithfulness in that. Let's see. We've got some coming up next Saturday, March the 6th. That's lay servant training. Now, I know that there is still time to get your registrations and your money in. There is, if you'll go to the Senatobia District's website, just Google that, Senatobia District of the United Methodist Church. You will see the flyer that you have to mail in. And actually, several of y'all picked one up a couple of weeks ago when we were still in person. I know the mail didn't run at all in this area last week, so we encourage y'all to get that in soon, because I don't know how backed up the post office is.
So here's the other thing is, if you are interested, Sam, will you post below this what we're doing tonight after we get offline? Mm-hmm. The number for the district office, because here's the thing: if you're pushing on time and you're really struggling to get it in, if you call Cheryl at the district office, she will register you. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call the district office during regular business hours, or leave a message, and she will get you registered.
She will. Yeah. That's right.
And if the cost is an issue, we as the church will scholarship.
That's right. Again, if you're interested, watch our episode from 3 weeks ago where Stephen, Joey, and Christian Barnard shared about what they're going to be teaching about. I think it'll be a rich blessing. But anyway, that's on March the 6th. We start early in the morning. There'll be a breakfast, a light breakfast, and then a box lunch later on if you paid for that, which is included in the $50. It's going to be a great time. We also got food pantry work days coming up. I know we're staffing it once a month now. I know it's still well, let's see. It's March is Monday, Stephen. That's right. Wow. Okay, so I'm glad I'm talking about it tonight. Then Tuesday, March 9th is our morning shift, 9:45 a.m. to noon, and then Thursday, March 11th is our evening shift, 5:45 p.m. To 8 p.m. So if you can come out and volunteer at the Olive Branch Food Pantry, that would be absolutely wonderful. And Stephen, I don't know of any other pressing announcements coming up.
Birthdays.
We got to do birthday shout-outs. And since we had Ash Wednesday service last week, we didn't have Maples Connect because we ended up doing that. And I hope y'all were blessed by that Ash Wednesday service. I know I was. We've got to do not just some regular birthday shout-outs, Stephen. We got to do some belated ones. So strap in. Here we go. Last week, on February the 17th, we had birthdays for Nancy Hill and Ginger Allen. Happy belated birthday to y'all. On the 18th, which I believe was a really snowy day here in Olive Branch, we had Maggie Marable, Mary Tullis, and Isabella Bannerman. Happy belated birthday to you. Who did we have on the 19th, Stephen?
Oma Moore, all the way up in Nashville. Franklin. Happy birthday, Oma. And Cooper Little, and Savannah Rice. Happy birthday to y'all. And then on the 20th, we had Jerry McOlgan and Ryan Barnes sharing a birthday. Happy birthday to both you guys. On the 21st, Michael Gaines. Happy birthday. Francis Olive, Ella Grace Jones, and Lindsay Long. Happy birthday to y'all three. Then we move on to the 22nd. And the only one we have that day, but a special one, is Miss Shannon Tesoro. Thank you, Shannon, for all you do for taking care of backpack ministry at school time, all the stuff that you do with Candlelight Ministries. Appreciate you. And then on the 23rd, Harlan Slocum. Happy birthday, Harlan. And Sam, why don't you take us through the birthday shout-outs for this week?
All right, let's do it. Today, on this beautiful Wednesday, we have Eason Gilbert. Happy birthday, Eason. Mallory Vanderberg. Happy birthday to you, Mallory. And an extra special shout out to Bella Pazenza. Happy birthday, Bella.
How old is Bella now?
You know, she gets bigger every time I see her. So, I mean, she's playing soccer, softball, and just a pure athlete, looks like. So, happy birthday to you, Bella. Tomorrow, we've got Bill Lovelace. Happy birthday, Bill. We got Carly Haley, senior at Lewisburg. Happy birthday. And Alex Gullett, happy birthday to you, sir.
Happy birthday, Alex.
I will never be as good at golf as he is.
No.
So.
I may never be as good at anything as he is at golf.
Right. Friday, Cindy Springer, happy birthday to you. Saturday, on the 27th, we've got a very special birthday. Miss Audra Thomas. Happy birthday, Audra.
Happy Audra. Happy birthday, Audra.
Sunday, February 28th, we have Cam Hines and Zadie Brooks. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, guys.
And we actually have two February 29th birthdays that I imagine they will either celebrate on the 28th or March the 1st this year. But we want to wish happy special leap year birthdays to Michael Moore and Colton Andrews.
Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday.
They only age 1 year every 4 years.
I know, right? They'll never age.
Like the reverse of dog years.
They'll never age. And then Monday, March 1st, Bob Hanneman. Bobby, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Sherry Revord. Sherry, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Hope you're doing well. And Lindley Hopkins.
Were in my youth group when I was the youth director at Getwell Road.
Who was?
Sherry's sons were in my youth group, the twins, when I was the youth director at Getwell Road many moons ago. I went on many youth trips with those boys.
Oh, my. And then finally, on Tuesday, March the 2nd, we have Julie Niblett. Happy birthday to you. And, wow, that's a ton of birthdays.
That's a lot that we had to catch up on. Happy birthday to all of you. If we missed your birthday, please let one of us know. If we missed your birthday, that's because it's not in our database and we need it. And if it's not in our database, we might not have your address, phone number, cell phone number, or email address either. So if you're listening to us tonight or tomorrow or the next day or next week or next year, if you're hearing me say this, please check and see if we have got all your updated information. The easiest sending an email to jane@mapleschurch.org with your correct name, current address, and current mailing address, and your email. Although your email should be in the from line on the email, but
right.
Just give us some updated contact info, and be sure to give us your birthday. And we don't necessarily have to have the year,
right,
but give us the month and day. And if you give us the year, we won't tell anybody. Promise. We promise.
So speaking of very, very important dates, I'm just going to put this out there as a teaser. Next week's edition of Maples Connect, we're going to be celebrating a very important anniversary here at Maples, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to be mysterious about it. So you'll definitely want to tune in next week.
How long anniversary?
It is a 20-year anniversary. But that's all I'm saying. That's all you're getting out of me.
All righty.
So we're going to celebrate that next week.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. That's it for me.
Sam, again, thank you for what you did with the devotion today. It was excellent. If you missed it, come back and watch the front end of this. It's back there. You're just now joining us. This should be up in just a few minutes, and you can watch the whole thing over again. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for being a part of the family here at Maples. Know that God loves you, and
So do we.
thanks, guys.
Have a
Y'all
great
have a
night.
good evening. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, for our next devotion.